And finally tonight, a Vatican department dedicated to the church's missionary activity is turning 400 years old. A three-day conference this week examines the history of the Congregation of Propaganda Fide. It was founded in 1622 by Pope Gregory XV. Earlier this year, as part of the Holy Father's plan, it was combined with the new Office for Evangelization. We go now to Monsignor Camillus Johnpillai, head of the Office of the Dicastery for Evangelization. Monsignor, welcome. Great to have you with us. Can you tell us more about the history of Propaganda Fide and why it was started and also the type of work it does?
The Sacred Congregation, the Propaganda Fide, means a congregation or a dicastery that is meant for the propagation of the faith. Now, this congregation was founded on the 6th of January in 1622, namely in the 17th century. In order to understand the purpose of the institution of this congregation, we have to understand also the historical background, the time, the history of the time. Namely, in the 17th century, the church was getting ready for a certain reform. After the Council of Trent in the 16th century, the church was more interested with regard to the inner renewal of the church, as well as also to expand the church, because with the Reformation in the 16th century, some members of the church became Protestants, and therefore some people went away from the church. And also, even before that, we have heard about the famous schism, namely the separation of the churches in the Orient, namely the Orthodox Church. And also, there were people due to heresy, they were out of the church. At that time, the church was in need not only of an inner renewal of the church, but also to expand the church, namely to bring back all those who did not belong to the church. Therefore, when Pope Gregory XV in the year 1622 founded the Sacred Congregation for the Propagation of the Faith, the purpose of that congregation was not only to propagate the faith, but also to bring back those who left the church for various reasons. And therefore, in the 17th century, the Congregation for the Propagation of the Faith had a wider competence. Not only, for example, to bring back all those who went away from the church or who separated themselves from the church, but also to expand the church, namely to propagate, to proclaim the good news of salvation to those who do not know Christ.
Can you tell us a little bit about the work at the Dicastery? What sort of projects are you working on?
Yes. Now, after the latest reform by Pope Francis this year, our congregation is no more called as the Sacred Congregation or Congregation for Evangelization of Peoples, but it is simply known as the Dicastery for Evangelization, Section for First Evangelization and New Particular Churches. Namely, this particular dicastery, earlier known as Propaganda Fide, is charged with the looking after of the new particular churches, the dioceses throughout the world, especially in Africa, Asia, and some territories in America and Oceania. And altogether, we have a total of 1,117 dioceses or archdioceses and vicariates or prefectures throughout the world. And the pontifical mission societies, which come under our direction, help us actually to look after these dioceses both spiritually and materially.
Well, Monsignor, thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it. Monsignor Camillus Johnpillai, head of the Office of the Dicastery for Evangelization. Thank you again. God bless you.